Hi-oh YouTube, my name is Dexter and welcome to this second Theorycraft video about Lunara. She and Diablo got a talent rework, and Diablo got a couple abilities reworked. Lunara did too. Lunara has, her Wisp doesn't have a cooldown anymore, or it doesn't have, yeah, it has a cooldown, it has 0 cooldown. Right, Dexter, you're good at words. It has no mana cost anymore. And I think it moves faster by default? Fine. Oh yeah, that's way fucking faster. It did have its vision radius reduced, I believe, but if you stick it in a bush, then it'll get wider vision range after 2 seconds? I don't remember. Just go kill it. Just go die for me, little wisp man. Death! I want to read it real quick. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to walk out there, but I guess we're walking. Spawn a wisp to scout an area can be redirected once active. When the wisp is in a bush for more than 2 seconds, its vision radius is increased by 75%, has a 45-second lifespan. But if you hit it twice, it dies, because it has 1 health, or it has 2 health and takes 1 damage each hit. People like Tychus, Zarya, Tracer, they'll shred it no problem. Slower attackers like Rework, he's better off not even looking at it. But Lunara got a talent rework, and kind of like it, kind of don't at the same time. Or rather, no, I like it. I haven't actually read anything about it. I haven't read the intricacies of it, and if I did read them, but it didn't register in my brain what all they meant. So I kind of want to do this the same way as Diablo, but nothing that she has really got changed except the Wisp. But I'm gonna try it anyways. Her trait's still the same. You poison targets every time you hit them.
Intruders.
For 3 seconds. Your W button gives enemies a new stack of poison every time it wears off. Or if an enemy has a stack of poison, auto attacking them gives them another stack. So 1, 2, 3. The amount of poison they have on them can be determined by the leaves at the bottom. Unfortunately, you can't get more than 3 stacks on a hero. You can't get more than 1 stack on a character if you're attacking more than 1 person. I say that, but I guess I'm a liar. It's gonna take a lot of doing. But, yeah. While you have poison out, your W button will slow them and add a new stack of poison on them. Your Q button is Noxious Blossom. Everything that you do applies a stack of poison, except for Wisp. But there we go, that's her abilities. Her Q button is Noxious Blossom, it just explodes after half second. The Crippling Spores just refreshes, or adds a new stack of poison to a target, and Wisp just throws out a Wisp. That's all that you need to know about Lunara. So, I'm going to get right into the thick of things. If you don't want to hear me ramble on and on for like the next 30, 40 minutes, it's not going to be 40 minutes, it's 30 at the very most. If you don't want to hear me ramble on about all the talents that Lunara now has, feel free to leave. But for the rest of you chuckle nuts, buckle up, because we're in this for the long haul. Starting with Sentinel Wisp. After remaining in a bush for 5 seconds, Lunara's Wisp's vision radius is increased by 200%, and it reveals the entire surrounding area, as in it'll reveal stealth heroes. So I'll go run off real quick. So that's its new vision range. That's its first vision range. And any second. Oh, I didn't actually take it. There we go.
Perfect.
And that is its upgraded range. That half circle everywhere. Imagine it. Revealing the entire area. So if you're a Zeratul, if you're a Valera, a Samuro, a Nova, or who else turns invisible? I think I got them all. You'll be revealed in this area. I guess Hammer can turn invisible at level 1. But yeah, this giant area will reveal, and I think it reveals over walls too. I don't know for certain. There's no other bush for me to check to see if it actually reveals the area over a wall. I just want to see if it actually, like... So it's been in there for 2 seconds. I think that's another 5, actually. No, I think that's another 3. Okay, so yeah, that does work. Gotcha. Alright, so we're going to reset talents. She still has Natural Perspective. That one's still the same. Nature's Toxin reveals enemies for its entire duration. You poison people, you can see them in the Fog of War. Normally, I wouldn't be able to see these guys. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna pop that. I didn't actually take it. But there we go. I now have it. I'd be able to see these guys through the Fog of War. And only these guys. So I'm going to pop that real quick and just walk off. That red eye over them means that I'd see them no matter where they're going. But only those people. And then lastly, Hippity Hop. After not basic attacking or taking damage for 5 seconds, increase the movement speed of Dryad Swiftness by 10%. I don't like it that much. It's basically just for moving around, and I get that, but at the same time, you don't really need it. It's kind of like Rhaegar's Wolf Run upgrade. Rhaegar's mount turns him into a wolf. He just pops into his wolf immediately, and he goes 20% faster than normal heroes, whereas mounts go at 30%. Wolf Run just gives him 30% movement speed while he's in wolf form. This is the same thing, but you have to not get hit or deal damage to do it. I guess it says basic attacking, so you could use abilities to get it, but the majority of Lunara's poison comes from her auto-attacking, so it's really just for moving around a map, I guess. It's just for moving around the map. I still like Natural Perspective, but Sentinel Wisp is going to be useful if you don't really want to team fight. If you don't want a team fight, you take Sentinel Wisp, you throw that in a bush near your lane, and you'll spot things for miles. I like Natural Perspective, though, because I'm a team fighter. I've gotten pretty bad at it recently, but I'm a team fighter. I'm just going to set my level up to level 20 real quick. I'm going to take Natural Perspective. That's going to be the start of my build, of the first build, the build that I would take most often. Lunara did get some talent changes. Blossom Swell now also increases the cast range of Noxious Blossom, as well as the size of the Blossom. So, this is default cast range and default cast size. That's max range right on that brown patch right there. So, I'm going to take Blossom Swell. A lot bigger and a lot farther. It's not a lot farther, but it is farther, and it is definitely larger. I like it. It's not what I would take, but I like it. I like the change to Siphoning Toxin. While at least one enemy, let me specify that, it doesn't matter what it is, if something is affected by your poison, you get 20 health per second. It's kind of mediocre at lower levels, but the caveat in that an enemy who has 3 stacks will double it. 3 stacks of poison will double the healing per second. But it has to be an enemy hero. That has to be an enemy hero. I always thought that's how the talent should have worked from the get-go, like when Lunara launched in the Nexus. However, I think it was last year, 2 years ago? I don't remember when she came out. Whenever she came out, Siphoning Toxin, first off, should have been an earlier talent, and secondly, I always thought it should have been heal, like have a less potent heal per second, but have it stack 3 times. But they've added it now, but it has to be for heroes specifically. And then Nature's Culling. Increase Nature's Toxin damage by 150%. Words are hard. Don't worry about it. Increase Nature's Toxic damage by 150% to anything that isn't a hero. You can inflict buildings with it, but... or at least I don't think you can hurt buildings with it. Can I poison a building? Let's find out. I can indeed poison a building. Never mind. So, if you want to be Split Pusher, Nature's Culling is going to be good. If you want to be more sustainable, Siphoning Toxin is going to be good. If you want to poke people with your abilities, Blossom Swell is fine. If you want to be like a backline super slippery mage, I guess Hippity Hop and Blossom Swell would be the way to go. But I'm going to take Nature's Culling, because I don't really think Lunara is much of a team fighter, unless you've built the team around Lunara. Splintered Spear. Using Noxious Blossom causes Lunara's next basic attack to hit 4 enemies. These extra attacks also apply Nature's Toxin. That's unchanged. That's still the same. I think it even comes at the same level. But Choking Pollen is new. Noxious Blossom deals 50% more damage to heroes afflicted by Nature's Toxin, increasing to 100% with 3 stacks. So, Noxious Blossom is the Q. Deals 50% more damage. Okay, so if they have 1 stack of poison on them, I'll just show it real quick. I hit them, 1 stack of poison. That's 500 damage. Toggle cooldowns just to get it back real quick. And hit them again. 700 damage if one target has 3 stacks of poison on them. So yeah, I'll reset talents real quick. My first build is going to be Nature's Culling, Natural Perspective, and I'm going to take Splintered Spear. This is going to be a split push oriented build because, like I said, in the current state of things, Lunara is not really a team fighter right now. She dies too quickly, she doesn't do enough damage, she just is meant to poke people and then leave. And what people better to poke and then leave than minions? So you just murder them as fast as possible. I really like Thornwood Vine. I know everybody takes Leaping Strike now, but I really like Thornwood Vine, just because, again, more split pushing potential. Endless Spores. Casted Crippling Spores, while at least 2 heroes are affected by Nature's Toxin, reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds. What's the cooldown normally? 10 seconds. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. If you do it right, you can basically keep casting that and keep targets poisoned for a lot longer than normal. If you have at least 2 people poisoned, because the poison lasts, if you have it stacked max to its cap, it's 9 seconds worth of poison. This will take 3 seconds off its cooldown. And that is a 7-second cooldown. They'll be poisoned for 9 seconds. You'll be able to use it a second time. So yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, you'll basically be able to keep that going until they run out of poison stacks. Let Them Wither is also pretty interesting. Increase Crippling Spores slow duration by 1 second, and it no longer decays. Because that's the big problem with Lunara. She doesn't really have sticking power. Nor does she really have... Well, I mean, she's kind of got escaping power, but she doesn't really have... I don't mean to say that she doesn't have sticking power, but this Crippling Spores also slows people for 3 seconds, but it decays over those 3 seconds. So they're only slowed for 40% for the first, like, quarter of a second, and then it wears off. And then it's basically just gone. It's no longer a slow. It really doesn't feel... You really don't feel it, basically, is where I'm going with this. Unlike, I don't know, let's say... Deckard Cain, Herodric Cube, where it's like a 50% slow for 4 seconds, and it's 50% for the entire 4 seconds. It's still neat, I still like it, but I'd probably go with Endless Spores. Greater Spell Shield. Every 30 seconds, gain 75 spell armor against the next basic ability and subsequent ability for 3 seconds. Can be toggled on or off to prevent this talent from triggering automatically. That's still solid. It used to be a level 16 talent. Now it's a level 13 talent, but it's still really good. Or Abolish Magic. Target an ally to remove all damage over time and disabling effects from them and Lunara. For 2 seconds afterward, the duration of disabling effects is reduced by 50%. It's... excuse me, that's kind of like if you want to be a support kind of assassin. It's not terrible, it's just I've never seen anybody actually take Abolish Magic. And if they did, I missed it. It's got a really short cooldown, though. I like that. I would take Endless Spores at this level. For when the teamfight inevitably comes to you, you'll have Splintered Spear to attack people and hit like 4 people at the same time. So you'll be able to poison people and then take 2 seconds off of your poison. 16. Accelerated Contamination. While at least 2 enemy heroes are affected... Oh, let me just hit that button real quick. While at least 2 enemy heroes are affected by Nature's Toxin, Noxious Blossom's cooldown recharges 100% faster. So that takes a... How many seconds off of your... That takes, like, 4 seconds off your cooldown. But you have to have 2 people poisoned. So it's not terrible. Not great, but it's not terrible. Starwood Spear. Using Crippling Spores increases Lunara's basic attack range by 2.75 units for 6 seconds, which is really good. Or Invigorating Spores. Crippling Spores grants 30% attack speed for 6 seconds. Basic attacks against enemy heroes with 3 stacks of Nature's Toxin deal damage equal to 1.5% of their maximum health. So it's an attack speed steroid whenever you use Crippling Spores, and also would let you get Giant Killer on your auto attacks, which isn't bad. It's a neat combination of the two. And then Unfair Advantage. Nature's Toxin deals 60% more damage to heroes that are slowed, rooted, or stunned, such as your W button. I would still take Unfair Advantage. Although, depending on the team, if the enemy team is really, really scary, like they've got a Hammer, and a Rainer, and Phoenix, I would take Starwood Spear, just to get the bonus attack range and not have to worry about getting hit nearly as much. But Unfair Advantage still, like, it just pairs so well with what you already do. Oh wait, that didn't actually hit all of them. Like, you're already going to slow people when you hit the W button. So I don't know why you wouldn't take unfair advantage.
Where's the excitement?
Okay, so that doesn't quite work the way I want it to. I want to see if I can actually get... I want to see if I can hit all 4 people with the... Nope, okay. Never mind then. Oh, well. That's just something I was wondering about when I first took Splintering Spear. Or Splintered Spear. I would still take Unfair Advantage, unless the enemy team has a shit ton of tanks. Then I would take Invigorating Spores, but even then, you're kind of putting yourself in a needless amount of danger to do it. I still like Unfair Advantage. That's what I'm going to go for. And her level 20 talents haven't changed. They're still the same. Forest Wrath, Thornwood Vine now applies 2 stacks. Oh, that one's new. Increased Thornwood Vine's range by 30% and Lunara's vision radius by 35%. So, they changed... It used to only be Thornwood Vine traveled faster, longer, and gave you more vision radius. Now it applies 2 stacks and travels longer. So that's pretty cool. Boundless Stride. All leaping strike charges are returned every 15 seconds, and leaping strike can also be used on allies. It gives her a lot of guaranteed mobility, because while Lunara is jumping, she's unstoppable for some fucking reason that I don't understand. No other hero in this game has a unstoppable leap, just Lunara. But then again, I guess Lunara really needs it, because she's super, super, super fragile. At 3 stacks, Nature's Toxin deals 40% more damage, which, against minions, probably wouldn't matter. Against heroes, it definitely matters. It's basically just Nazebo's... I'll just take it to show you. So, we're doing how much damage per tick? 80 damage per tick. Now it's 112 damage per tick. And then I hit that. I don't know what I took at that. Oh yeah, unfair advantage. Just to slow, or just to make them do even more damage. Make the slow do even more damage.
Let's go.
So that's 112. That's 159. It's decent. It's decent. I like it a lot. I'm torn at level 16 between Invigorating Spores and Unfair Advantage. They're all really useful, except for Accelerated Contamination. But I like the sound of all of them. But again, this is very much a split push build, so don't expect it to do a whole lot of work in team fights, although it will allow you to poison like 4 people with a single auto attack. Which isn't bad. It's really not. It's really solid. That's my build. Now we'll go for like a team. That's the build that I would use. That's my team, or that's my split push build. So we're going to reset talents real quick. This one's going to be backline mage, like super slippery backline mage. Because I'm pretty sure Hippity Hop does not apply to spells. So I cast that. Yeah. I'm still going a lot faster than I should be. I like Blossom Swell, just to be able to cast more abilities from farther away. I like Choking Pollen. I'm going to take Leaping Strike just... No, I'm going to take Thornwood Vine. Just to keep with the poke style build that I have going. I guess Endless Spores. Yeah, Endless Spores. Accelerated Contamination. And lastly, Forest's Wrath. So I'm going to tag that guy. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to throw that out. 700 damage. That's ridiculous. Meanwhile, I'm 30% faster than everybody. Because I haven't actually auto-attacked yet. Mind you, the damage that I'm doing is kind of skewed, considering the fact that I'm doing it to a bunch of damage. So that's like 9,000 damage split amongst 4 people. So that's really only somewheres in the ballpark of like 2,000 damage apiece, which is still solid. But when most tanks have... That's like all of my cooldowns, and most tanks already have like 6,000 health. But I do go faster than everybody, as long as I don't get hit. So I got that going for me, which is nice. But yeah, I can do that basically every like 10 seconds. How long? 15 seconds, my bad. Every 15 seconds I'm going to be able to do that for free. Pretty much. And throw that out. Throw you. Hope to God. And hope to God I don't actually auto-attack people. Because I don't want to auto-attack people. Auto-attacking people kind of defeats the purpose of this build. I'm out of mana though, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. You just bob and weave out of fights to apply your poison, as much of it as you can, as quickly as possible. So you can kind of burst somebody out with Noxious Blossom. It's not the worst idea I've had all day. It's probably not the best, though. And then lastly, teamfight-oriented auto-attack build. Still going to start with a natural perspective. I'd probably, depending on the team composition for my first build, I would swap out Sentinel Wisp for natural perspective, depending on what team I'm up against. But I like Siphoning Toxin. Siphoning Toxin is what I'd go with at this level, because I like the idea that I'm going to be able to sustain myself in the middle of a fight. I'm going to take Wild Vigor just for more damage. It's very much single target damage. I'm going to take Leaping Strike just to move in and around the team fight. Let them wither? Nah, Endless Spores. Endless Spores just to keep the poison going. Now, this one would be pretty much whatever you'd want to go for. Starwood Spear would let you attack from longer ranges to keep you safer. But if you don't give a shit about safety, Invigorating Spores is what I'd go with. Because I want to show the difference here. This is my new attack range. For how long? 6 seconds? 6 seconds. That's my new attack range. It's basically one leap forward. Pretty much just one leap forward for more healing. Or not healing, for one leap forward for attack range. So it kind of keeps you safe. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Wild Vigor, Leaping Strike. But you also have Leaping Strike to get you out of danger. So... yeah, let's just say, fuck safety. We're just going to go with Invigorating Spores. Just to hit them really, really hard. Intensifying Toxin. So, my attack speed is 1.11. I get 1 1/10 of an attack every second. So, I'm going to hit this real quick. And increase my attack speed. As well as give me bonus attack damage. I think that's for 4 attacks. Deal 50% bonus damage. Bam. Bam. So, I'm going to pop that real quick, just for the hell of it. I'm going to let that guy reset. And then I'm just going to auto-attack him as fast as I can. You know what, I'll let him reset, because that's a lot of damage that I've dealt over time. Keep in mind, this is entirely single target damage, and it's probably not going to work all that well if you have more than one person that you need to shoot. So, we're going to go for it. So that's 1 stack, that's 2 stacks, that's 3 stacks. I'm going to pop that, and I'm just going to attack until the 1 point... there. So that's 5,000 damage over a couple seconds. I mean, I didn't move, neither did that guy, so it's not really accurate. But you get the idea. It'd be somewhere closer to like 4,000 damage just by auto-attacking and moving constantly. It's good. It's good. I like this build. I just want to see how potent that healing over time actually is. Is it going to keep me alive in a fight? That doesn't appear to be doing a good job, but let's go find out on this dude. Just going to pop that real quick. 61 health a second. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And the longer I can keep... basically, if I'm able to keep my distance from him, I'm going to be able to keep the poison going better. But that's going to take a lot of doing. But it's not bad. I still think Blossom Swell or Nature's Culling is going to be the better choice. But it's not teamfight oriented, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, this is the teamfight build that I'd go with, because you throw one auto attack, you hit one guy with your spore, and then you hit W, and you've gotten at level 20 60 health back a second, which is nothing to sneeze at. It doesn't work that well against buildings though, because buildings aren't heroes. That's the only problem. But yeah, that's the Lunara builds that I'd go with. Any of these three sound, in my mind, they sound pretty good. You could, if you wanted to be a good team player and the enemy team had a shit ton of crowd control, take Abolish Magic for your like backline spellcaster build. So if one of your teammates got like stun locked by, let's say, a Garrosh, let's say the enemy team has a Garrosh, a Hanzo, Varian, who else has Diablo, and I don't know, crowd control machine. Deckard Cain. Let's go with Deckard Cain. you could hit abolish magic on them, and all of the things that would be coming their way would be removed, and then anything after the first effect that was removed would be would have its duration halved, which would let you still not survive all of that, but it wouldn't be nearly as like, hey, I'm completely uninteractive combo. But yeah, that's the build I'd go with. Backline support, maybe swap out Let Them Wither or Endless Spores with Abolish Magic if your team is up against a shit ton of crowd control. But everything else, keep it. But yeah, I'm going to go. For those of you who are new, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. But if not, then carry on your merry way. But for the rest of you ramblers, I will catch you on the next Theorycraft video that I make, which I probably will start calling them Dex Builds, because I always thought that was a funny name. And my name is Dexter, so why not? It's Dexter's Builds, Dex Builds. Hey, it's an idea, but I'm gonna go. Hope you all enjoy this. Hope you all enjoy this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. It's been a ton of fun.